Who knows? Hey guys, this is the August 2018 patron only chat. I didn't get a chance to do one in June or July because of family circumstances, and you don't want to know any. You don't want any more detail than that. Trust me. Let's just put it this way: I had to deal with old people. Okay, leave it at that. Anyways, so what's going on with you, Russ? How are things in the life of an exciting truck driver?
Blew a front tire this morning. It's been 3 hours on the highway. Now I'm 3 hours behind. So yeah, fun.
I think I heard about that earlier. You were telling Sean that on the Gun Channel's lobby chat.
Yeah, so now I'm 12 hours in already, and I still haven't left Phoenix.
Well, you know, it can take forever to get out of Phoenix. Let me tell you. I only say this is because I've been through Sky Harbor more times than I can count. And I know you're driving, but the fact is, it takes forever to get out of Sky Harbor. It takes forever to get into Sky Harbor, too. I don't know why, but that's just how it is.
Oh, yeah, I hate going over there. But I'm taking the Indian reservation out of town.
Well, hey, at least you're taking the Indian reservation. But watch out for those potholes there. They don't fill them in ever.
Yeah, and the res cops like to sit around here for us to fly by.
And even though there's nobody around, and there isn't anybody around for miles, they like to sit around and go after you for going too fast because, well, apparently you're going to kill someone when there's nobody in sight for miles.
Speedometer, the speed limit drops from 65 to 35 to 50 to 45 to 35. It's a speed trap.
It happens. So, Erie, you awake? You there? Do I have to text you? Is George there?
Well, it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, I guess it's the thought that counts. So, because he's supposed to be here, but he's not. So, anyways, yeah. So, what's going on? Anything interesting? Anything you want to talk about, Russ?
Anything interesting? Huh. Well, there's lots of stuff interesting.
You got any topics or ideas that I could use for hit or miss or something? Any suggestions? I mean, any suggestions for a video if I can do it? Let me know, all right?
All right, we'll do that. Gun shop douchebags. How about that one?
Don't even get me started. And we're not even just talking about the actual gun shop owners. We're talking about just assholes in general.
Fucking customers bug the shit out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gone into a few gun shops before, and there's been some idiots. But whenever I go to PSA, whenever people buy parts from PSA, they actually know what they're looking for. Like, I was in line just to get a bolt carrier group the other day, and some dude is like, I finally got the last piece of my AR-15 build. He got, a bolt carrier group, a charging handle, and an upper receiver, complete kit. And he that's what he wanted to get because he built 3 other rifles. It's nice to see that. But when it comes to small town, regular little gun shops, I probably have the worst. Just because the factor that he thinks a gun that went on sale at PSA for $299 and usually retails for anywhere between $300 and $360 is worth $700. And
yeah, we got a few of those around here too.
I mean, I'll be honest. I don't care how long it's been sitting in your shop, but A Rock Island or an ATI 1911 military model does not cost $700 unless it's a very used and abused original gun. And when I mean original, I mean it's not an ATI or a Rock Island. It's an actual Colt or one of the manufacturers from World War II. Then it might be worth $700. Other than that, it's not. Dude's fucking insane on his prices. And every time I went in to ask him to do a transfer, he always gave me a song and dance like, "Why don't you just buy it from me?" It's like, well, because your prices are too high and you're an absolute dickwad.
Maybe that's why he's a dickwad.
I didn't tell him that, but you know, if I'm not going to buy it from you, there might be a reason. Maybe you should think about that before you ask a stupid question. But again, maybe I'm thinking too much into it. I don't go into a gun shop trying to be an ass, but I end up being an ass to the guy because, well, honestly, would you pay $125 for an Anderson lower receiver?
No, I would not.
That's my point.
It sounds like he's paying retail for this shit, and then he's trying to mark it up.
Yeah, and I'm like, listen, if you do not know how to properly use your FFL license to get good deals, okay, that's one thing. But the fact is, you have some really shitty deals, and I'm not going to reward you for having shit deals and not knowing how to manage your business properly.
Yeah, well, there's also another thing a lot of people don't understand about selling guns. It don't make you a lot of money. You may make $20, $30, $40 per gun. And with things like receivers and shit like that, you may only make 5 or 10. So you have to buy them at a low enough cost and enough of them that you can move them out the door at that $5, profit. Then you can buy more. And some people just can't, either they don't have the cash up front to do that, or they just don't want to do that. I've had an instance here. I was working with a shop because I'm a FFL holder. I'm a gunsmith, and I was working with a shop that would not price their shit correctly. I told them, if you guys want to move this stuff, you're going to have to drop the price. Well, I got this in it. Yeah, I know you do, but if you sell it, you can buy 2 other things you can make more profit off of. And they just refused to do it, and they went under. They did the same thing with their ammunition.
Well, apparently this guy, because he's the only gun store, the only actual gun store in town, not like a pawn shop or like Ace Hardware or Walmart, which sells only shotguns and rifles. And yes, my Ace Hardware does sell guns and ammo. So it's primarily where I get my Wolf ammunition for my AK from. Then I get the tool from Walmart.
I got them a really good deal on a supplier for ammunition. They were able to get the stuff at a really good price. I told them, if you want to bring people in the door, make a few bucks profit on the ammo, but it'll bring people in the door, and they'll be looking at other things. And damned if they didn't want to mark that shit up as high as they possibly could. It's like you're just kicking yourself in the fucking shit.
Well, I don't know. This store continues to stay open. I don't know if he's got enough business from just people, from FUDs that don't know any better in the area, or if, he's just using this business as a tax deduction because he's got an 80-acre farm. So, anyways, but I don't want to talk about him because, fuck him. Gary, are you there? Are you responding now?
I believe I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you now, and you're not muted. It's great.
Sensors weren't working in the car, so I wasn't aware it had already started. And I started looking. It's like I'm not hearing anything, but they're talking.
That could be a problem. Yes.
But yes, I am here. I'm driving home from work.
Oh well, don't drive safely.
I plan to.
How long is your drive? An hour? Half an hour?
Just half an hour.
It's not too bad.
I've done it about 10,000 times, probably.
In that same car.
No, I haven't had this car that long. 4 years no longer I've had this car.
And I'm not saying anything bad about it this time. So take that.
First time for everything, huh?
But remember, I only made a comment about it after we got to the hotel.
Oh, yeah, because it's a long walk from Claremore.
It was. So, especially since it was snowing out. Well, it wasn't snowing that day, but it was getting cold.
It was Saturday morning when it snowed, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, for the longest time, the weather was saying it was supposed to be, at least in like the 60s or 70s. And unfortunately, a cold front ended up making it snow. I'm glad I brought enough clothing to, stay warm just in case.
Yeah, that first day I was there, it was beautiful.
Were you there for the range day?
It was probably cold.
Were you there for range day?
I was there that afternoon. I got there while you guys were at the range.
We should have given you the address so you could have come down.
If I'd have just came down earlier in the morning, I could have been there with you.
Yeah, I mean, you missed some absolute fun. I'm in the process of cutting up the video and trying to get a certain someone's face out of there because I tried to take the video without his face being in there, and then he complained about, me having to cut that out. And I'm like, well, it's not my fault your ass decided to stand in front of the camera.
You could always just blur him out somehow.
I'm not going to give it. You know what? I should just put it in there as is, and, he can complain about it later.
Were you standing back like 70 feet in order to get his face in?
No, I wasn't. I was standing off to the side trying to keep him out of the image.
I'll bet you most of the people on gun channels wouldn't know him if they did see him.
Yeah, well, only those that do know him. But again, that's all I'm going to say because I don't want him giving me the evil eye or something later. So he's probably going to anyways.
Just look for the Yeti.
The Eddie Eagle?
I can tell you some things about him. He's got arms.
He's got arms. He's got legs.
And eyes and teeth.
And a beard.
And a beard.
But yeah.
And if he spoke, you'd know who it was right away.
Yeah, that's the problem with the video. Sometimes he is speaking on camera. Oh, hey, look who it is. It's Mr. P11.
Hey, what's going on, birthday boy?
It was yesterday, dude.
Yeah, I know. Belated. I didn't get a chance to say anything to you last night because you were out partying and, having a good time.
I got the link for the chat, and I wanted to jump into the chat, and as soon as I got the link, it told me, oh, by the way, there's already 10 people in the chat. You can't jump in.
It did fill up pretty quick, so I didn't know. Well, see, we didn't see Gian either. We didn't know what was going on. We don't know if you guys were busy or if you guys were out or what.
He had the same problem. I mean,
oh, really?
Yeah, I did. I was able to jump into G's, Terminator D-Day
Oh,
chat. He totally did the Daily Gun Show, last night
yeah.
on my birthday.
I watched it. I watched some of it.
The whole Skynet became self-aware thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just so happens to happen on my birthday. Coincidence or is it?
Well, you may be Skynet for all we know. I mean, after all, you are a computer genius, so you know.
Well, I mean, I know this and that. I mean, I did make guns, so I can't say with 100% accuracy that I might
Careful
not
with
have.
genius.
I might not have some Skynet in me.
There you go. Did you try to message me through gun channels though for a link, or did it not matter by that point?
I had a link directly from Matt.
You did? Oh, okay. I don't know if you were able to. The link would go through.
There is I think there's a 9 or 10 person limit. Okay,
yeah, it's 10, including the speaker.
And once you hit that limit, it says no.
Yeah, I know.
It just says no.
Yep. Gotcha, man.
So I've got Matt's beta key for Fallout 76. I've got Fallout 76. Travis, you got to get the PC version.
So what's the absolute best deal? Because somebody in our crew keeps talking about how cheap they're able to buy it going through somewhere. I don't know what it is, but it's not like you get the key and you punch it in yourself, but I don't know is it through Steam or what?
No, you got to go through Bethesda's website. They're doing it themselves. They're doing a direct download, I think.
Oh, okay. So how much is it? Is it $30 or what?
I mean, no. I think if you pre-order it from Amazon, it ends up being like $47.
Oh, that ain't so bad compared to $59.99 like you normally get jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find that.
Okay.
Link you. But my brother got me. I was going to buy it. I hadn't bought it yet. I've been mulling it over. But my brother just went and quarked me yesterday and gave me a copy of the Tricentennial Edition.
Ooh.
And I'm like, sometimes, bro, I am proud to be your brother. Just sometimes.
Sometimes.
Very periodically.
Matt also has it now too, or what?
Yeah, I got Matt a copy of it. I got to give him the key, so we'll probably do that tomorrow when we're on.
Okay.
When we're on.
I should be able to join you guys in tomorrow.
Yeah. But
what are we playing tomorrow?
I have no idea. Probably more Killing Floor, or maybe, just maybe, some Zombie Army Trilogy.
Oh, that'd be all right.
Because, it's not a fun day unless you kick the shit out of some zombies.
Oh, most definitely. I really wish PUBG would run well on his machine. I need to try it as a streaming thing and see what happens, because if mine runs it laggy, then, I mean, not laggy, but if it looks laggy on the camera side, then it's got to be something with the game. Because there's no reason my system should be running laggy at all.
Yeah, well, I had been holding off on getting any hard drives because I've been putting all my money into Gun 2.
Oh, no, I understand. Yeah.
So I can't afford to buy
Yeah.
any new hard drives right now.
Yeah.
I really wish I could. But
Cool.
that is not on the cards right now.
Yes. Oh, man. Good stuff.
So, Clover, what's going on, dude? Nice to see you.
Hey, not a whole lot.
How you been?
I'm okay. Been busy.
So,
go ahead.
How did the chat last night go with the who did you have on last night?
Nate Gibson.
How'd that go?
Oh man, those are awesome.
It's got to be exciting having, enthusiastic young people in there that are positively representing the shooting sports crowd,
Or just actually like guns.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And then have families that support them. I mean, that right there is a great thing.
That's patriotism.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
the level of maturity that's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Way higher than this one.
Yeah. All right, I wasn't gonna say it, but there you go. I'll agree.
Thanks, guys. I really feel it right here.
Oh man, it's a feeling in the heart.
The
Yeah,
heart. Right.
yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly where I was pointing. Yep. Totally. So what else is going on, guys? Got anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to discuss? Bring up? Suggest? Mention?
I don't know. Kind of early in the day yet. Let's see where things take us.
Well, you know.
Is anybody going to buy any new guns this year? Do we have any, or just going to ammo? What's the?
I've already bought
Wagon.
one new gun this year.
There you go.
I am mulling over buying probably. I need a really cheap 22, and I don't want another bolt action, so I think I'm going to buy probably in a month or two one of those Rossi RS 22s. It's the Rossi semi-automatic 22 rifle. The thing about that is it uses it's able to use Mossberg extended magazines as well. And then Travis leaves. He leaves.
You offended him. Why would you just not buy a Mossberg?
It's Mossberg. I can't afford the Mossberg.
The Plinkster?
Yeah, I can't afford the Plinkster.
Yeah, they're
Really?
not that much.
It's like
They're too expensive in this area.
Like $160.
too expensive in this area. What are you? Okay? Are we not on the World Wide Web here? What's the problem?
What's an internet?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I could get a Plinkster. It's just I don't want.
Too
If I'm
expensive.
gonna buy a cheap gun, I don't want a Mossberg.
They're really good. I got to say that.
I'm not saying they're bad. I just don't want one.
Get a Marlin for that too.
Heck yeah, you get that for even less, I think.
I just wanted to be cheap, all right, guys?
Yeah, we know you're cheap.
So I can have more money for ammunition.
We know this. We know this. Let's see. You want a semi-auto, right?
Yeah. I was gonna get an RS 22 because local shop here I can get it for like $120.
Yeah, the Rossi's going to be 120. The Savage 64s for 123. Way better. Way better. Plinkster's 125, so right there in that range. The Rock Island MP20 is 129. I've heard good things about that. But the Savage 64 would be the buy, without a doubt.
Well, follow me here for a second. The RS-22 can use the Plinkster's magazines, so I get the expanded magazine capability with that. I mean, yeah, I know. Why not just buy a Plinkster and you have the extended capacity there too? But again, no, I want to be cheap.
Well, I guess. Want to be cheap, and then you want to buy extended magazines that are likely going to be garbage.
Yeah, they are garbage, by the way.
They are. They're always garbage, but you know what? You don't know that until you buy them.
Well, then why is that? Why is that? Are you making that a factor?
I just want to have capacity. Okay, that's my only goal. And the problem is, I can't afford it.
But here's the problem with those mags.
You don't
They're
have.
not one magazine. They're two magazines put together. So they suck. Really bad.
Yeah.
You'd be better off with a tube fed, then you wouldn't have to dink around with it.
Yep.
You're better off just buying a bolt carrier group from an AR-15 and just using that.
Well, that too. Yeah,
Maybe that's what.
always a possibility.
Don't you have any local pawn shops or anything?
Yeah, but apparently everybody brings all their broken shit to him and all their hunting shotguns and bolt action rifles and oddball calibers instead of, what's actually out there right now. And for some strange reason, he keeps on buying that shit.
That's the kind of stuff I like to walk in and look at. What are you talking about?
Exactly. That's the shop I'm looking for.
Give me the rifle that's like half off of, normal price because there's a $5 part broke. All day long, I'll take that deal.
Yeah, you will.
The problem is they aren't $5 off. He's trying to sell them for the full retail price.
Oh well, that's a different story. So you didn't say that though. You wouldn't let you let off with you wouldn't let me
get to that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Keep changing arguments. Just saying.
I'm not changing arguments. You just want to argue tonight for the hell.
I do want to argue, especially with you. I like arguing with you because you get all frustrated. Change your arguments around, get all mad about it. You complete me, man. You complete me. What can I say?
Right.
I'm gonna build a new 22.
You're gonna use one of those 1022 receivers like you have.
I'm gonna go 80%. I think.
Yeah, I've seen those. I've been thinking about getting one of those.
You got to drill 6 holes or something, right? Yeah. And then you have to tap 3 of them. You got to tap the V block holes and the hole for the stock. But yeah, I think it's like 6 holes, but you can get the receiver with the with all the drill bits and the tap and the what am I thinking? The jig for like $129 or something.
Yeah.
But even going that route, I was like up to like $900 when I stopped looking at parts.
Okay.
And I don't remember spending that on the last one. Maybe I did, but I don't remember spending that for a 1022.
I mean, a friend of mine's got a 1022, and he's got a Marlin Model 60, and those are fun. But I don't necessarily want a 22 myself. 1022. Nothing wrong, with them. It's just I think they're a little overpriced these days.
Depends on what you're doing, I guess. I've got a lot of 22s. I like 22s cheap.
Yeah, I'm sitting on like 5,000 rounds of 22 right now, so that's why I need a 22 rifle. Solid.
It don't take long to burn through 5,000 rounds, dude.
No, I know it doesn't. But most of this stuff is either full metal jacket or lead. Because it's a lot of Remington Thunderbolt and some Federal full metal jacket.
Oh man, have you looked at the Mossberg Blaze? It's a little more pricey, but it's cool looking. It's got like the vented, like a vented handguard style stock on it and all. It's neat.
Yeah.
That one skipped out on my radar apparently.
You need a 22 lever gun. That's what you need.
A 22 lever gun, right?
Yeah.
No, if I'm gonna get a leather gun, I'm probably gonna get one 30-30.
Go 45-70 or go home. I see a Marlin I need.
I mean, I would go 45-70 if it wasn't too expensive to shoot. I mean, just look. Never Enough Ammo still hasn't shot his 45-70, even though the Cycle Camp gave him like 4 boxes of it.
Man,
it's no more expensive to shoot if you reload. It's one of the easiest rounds there is to reload.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, I shot Tony's 45-70 in Tulsa. It didn't kick any more than than a 12 gauge.
Depends on what it is and what you shoot out of it. It's not that bad. There you go. Nice strike. Here's your Rock Island M1600.
Ready to Rock Island.
That's the M16 looking catastrophe.
No, I'll just get the bolt carrier.
Yeah, because that thing is.
How does that look like an M16? That thing looks ugly as.
I don't know. No, that's what they say. I don't know. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that thing looks. I don't know, uglier than a 22 AK.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty nasty looking. I forgot all those options you got though. Those get expensive, but yeah, there's all kinds of. Choppa makes all kinds of reproduction 22 stuff. Tommy guns, all kinds of cool things.
I'm just looking at getting just some inexpensive rifle that I can just shoot and have fun. That's it.
We're Remington 597. I've seen several of those really cheap at gun shows and stuff.
See local prices. Because I'm probably going to get it through Gallery of Guns.
Yeah.
So the closest place here that I can get a gun through, I can get a Rossi RS-22 for like 120, as I said. But I haven't checked these other ones, so I'm checking them out right now.
I mean, I'm just scrolling through buds. So
I don't buy things from buds.
Very seldom do I, but always go there for just to look at stuff. They've got a freaking NAA mini revolver for $198. I haven't seen those below $200 in a while.
Yeah. So when you add in, shipping and whatnot, it eventually goes over $200.
It's buzz free shipping.
Are they?
Most stuff, yeah. Continental U.S. anyway, free shipping.
All right. Well.
Yep.
That's an idea.
And then if you're a Team Buds member, then you get extra discounts and stuff too.
I'm not a Team Buds guy, so no. I think I'm actually blacklisted.
I haven't bought anything from them in so long, but I used to because it's like $25 or $30 a year or something. And if you buy more than 2 guns in a year, I mean, you're definitely saving money. Depending on what you buy, you could save it just buying one. But
right.
Definitely if you bought 2, 2 in the, let's say, $200 range, then you'd make that back. So back in the day when it was like one every couple of months or something like that, oh yeah, it's definitely saving money. And then they have Team Buds, you got like next day shipping and all kind of crazy stuff. I think that's why people complain about Buds. And I don't know, maybe that extra $30 a year is why I never had a problem with them, But I've never had a problem with them.
Yeah. I've had one problem with them. I ordered a Smith & Wesson model 357 PV from them, and it was supposedly shipped, and I got the email that it was shipping, and 2 weeks later it still hadn't fucking shipped. And I called him and said, what's going on here? And he said, Oh, we don't have any more left. I said, well, you took my damn money and gave me a shipping notice, you know,
Right.
and so I just got my money back, but they didn't even really want to do that. Well, we got more coming. No, you don't. They still don't have any more in stock.
Right. Yeah, that's not good.
They've got more coming in. Just hold on.
I had one problem. My I don't know. I mean, I guess you could call it a problem, but um, basically, they had an old picture up on the website. That's what it amounted to. They had my Taurus 92 FS. Um, it did not have the rail on the front, and I didn't want the rail on the front. And I get it, and it's a new model with the rail on the front. But then they do have fine print that says the picture may not be the actual thing or something like that too.
Yeah.
So what'd you do?
I called them because I thought about sending it back, and then obviously I was going to have to ship it back to them, and there was a restocking fee or something. And then I got to looking, and it was hard to find that particular one with the rosewood grips and the gold accents and all that. And I was like, okay, do I really want to send this one back and take a hit, considering that not only can I not really find the one I really want, but I can't really find one at all. So,
Oh, you got the pep gun version. I was trying to order one of those because I got the PT-22 that matched it.
If I could ever find anybody, I wish I could find somebody. If there's ever anybody out there that's got a stainless Taurus that wants an accessory rail, I would be willing to tear this one apart and swap frames with somebody. Because that's where I pretty much decided I would. Because I don't think there's any designation in the serial number anywhere as far as it having all the accessories on it. You know what I mean? So I don't think at the end of the day, I don't think it would matter. I could be wrong about that. It's a cool one to open carry, but it's kind of a pain with that accessory rail, the way the holster and all has to be.
I'm home in case anybody cares.
Yay!
Yay!
I'll be right back. I gotta take this.
But you don't have to leave just because I got home.
Yay. See?
No, family's calling me.
Oh. Oh, I see. I have a notice on my front door that said they're gonna be doing work on a sewer tomorrow, and I can't flush my toilet from 7 o'clock in the morning until they tell me they're done. It's like, oh, that's fun on a day off.
Well, you better need a bucket or something, maybe. I don't know. Or spend the day somewhere else.
Yeah, I thought about that. Except my daughter has to work tomorrow. Guess I could
Day
go.
off. It's the only day you got to sit on your throne. I mean, what the hell?
I know, right? I could go to work, but that would be almost sacrilege. Go in on day off and work.
I would literally walk in and say, I'm just here to poop.
Right?
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, Gary could literally go in to say he was just there to shit all over their work, right? Just go down the street to the gas station. It's all good.
Yeah, that's probably what I will do, to tell you the truth.
And then you don't got to worry about cleaning it or anything. So even better.
That's right.
Eat some nice, good, greasy, nasty food before you go. I mean, if you're going to do it right.
I know they were doing some work last night because they were doing some smoke testing or something down the sewers. You could smell that stuff. I guess they're having trouble with the city sewers.
They were working on the water lines here earlier, which the Caddy Road I live on is like a horseshoe. And it's a good thing because these idiots had like the whole county road like tore up and dug up and crap. It's like, okay, how would you expect people to get, to get out if it was just one way in and one way out? You idiots.
Yeah, that don't work too good.
You need to dig it up in sections or such a way that people can get around.
Yeah, they had my street blocked last night, and I had to go 2 blocks out of my way and come around from the far side just to get in my driveway. That was fun. Then I had to mow grass for an hour and a half. Because it was supposed to rain today, and golly, did it ever. We got 3 inches of rain out at work. I work in one of those nice tin buildings up on the second floor, and you can hear all those raindrops. Can't hardly hear to talk on the phone to somebody. It's so loud in there.
All right.
And when you're in IT, you tend to want to be on a headset so you got both hands free to type. And that makes it even worse. Is that right, George?
Yep. Yeah, I live off of a unmaintained dirt road. It comes off of a county maintained dirt road. So when they grade the roads out there, they cover my road. Like literally, when they just grade right past it. So there'll be an 8-inch mound of dirt between the maintained road and my dirt road. So I have to wait until either I have to bring a shovel with me, or I have to wait until bigger vehicles go through to knock it down so I can get my little car over.
You don't have a tractor?
What's that?
Russ, you don't have a tractor?
No, I got a Polaris. If I can get to the house, I can run it down there and grade the road.
Well, go and get one of those buckets and just tie it to the front of the Polaris, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I have a drag behind it that I can grade our road with. I used to have a tractor. I had a farm 9N or 8N.
Nice. All I've got is a Ford 1710.
And mine was a 1951.
Mine's a 1986.
I had the tractor on an old trailer, and I used to pull it with my 53 Ford pickup truck. Looked pretty cool at car shows, and the tractor still worked. Ran good. They were both flatheads.
My lawnmower is close as I got to a tractor, but at least it's a John Deere.
It's a John Deere. Well, you're halfway there.
No, I'm sorry.
Nothing runs like a deer.
That's true. They get hit by cars all the time.
It's true. But how else would Clover Tech?
See, I'm from Ohio. And the main economy in my town was International Harvester, so we were all high-age kids.
Explain me this, okay? The Mossberg 702 Plinkster with a wood stock is $192, whereas the one with the scope and a polymer stock is $165.
Mm-hmm. Polymer's cheaper, and the scope's not worth crap anyway.
$15 scope, and they're making money with that.
It's just probably
If that, I bet that scope.
Probably from
I bet
China,
the scope.
right?
I bet the scope cost them less than $5.
in the regular polymer 702 is $160.
Wood is a little pricey nowadays. They've gotten everybody's that way. They've gotten a little proud of wood stuff.
Wood used to be cheaper than anything. Now apparently wood is the most expensive thing in the land. When I can go out in my backyard and run into a tree.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, but then you gotta chop it down and saw it up and make a gun stock out of it.
It's a lot cheaper just to injection mold a piece of plastic.
They say that plastic, they pour that crap in there and it gets hard and it's done. There ain't no cutting and sanding and smoothing or routing or. Of course, nowadays all those stocks are done. They're done on CNC, so, but it still takes time. You don't just pour it into a mold. That would be potentially a cool project. I had a buddy that did that with years ago. He built a mold and he built he cast an aluminum bullpup stop for I think it was a SKS at the time.
Did he save the metal from cans that he collected over the years?
He went around to mechanic shops and just got their, rated their junk parts piles, and then he got all kinds of crazy stuff to do it. To hear him tell the story.
That's what you call being eco-friendly.
I can't remember what he cast, what he used for the mold, but
Probably just did it out of sand.
probably what's wrong with him nowadays. I ain't talked to him in a long time. Probably what's wrong with him nowadays. Probably inhaling all that crap from molten aluminum car parts.
Yeah, you think he'd wear some sort of respirator or something.
Oh, this was years ago. This was before I ever even knew him. So there's no telling. I would doubt very seriously he did.
I mean, if I was going to do something like that, I would have one of those respirators on just in case. I mean, even if I was outside and I was just melting lead for.
I don't.
Melting lead for reloading. The point is, I would still wear a wet respirator because I know that shit's toxic.
Yeah, I don't, even with the lead, but the way that I got like a vent-a-hood system set up, and then I wear one of the little dust mask thingamajiggies. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't wear the full respirator thing. But yeah, I've got like 2 box fans set up as like a suction vent-a-hood thing there where I cast, so it's pulling all that crap out.
And when I say respirator, I mean like one of those ones you use if you're painting like a car or something.
Yeah.
The one that goes over your face, like gas mask style.
Yes. Yeah.
I've got one of those. So that's what I use.
Well, keep the temperature under 850 degrees. But the problem with your little mask and stuff, if it doesn't have a lead filter on it, it doesn't matter.
Well, with the fans and all, the mask is not for that anyway.
I know what I do is I have 2 box fans. They're set in a triangle, and my furnace is set in between them, and they're pulling away. So all the air is coming across my shoulders, across it, and out. so that it's not coming around me. And I keep my temperature, like I said, under 900 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you don't make the lead go, start to gas off, you're okay.
Yeah. 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 You do get some crap when you're, it's on the surface, residues and different stuff is on the surface. It kind of gets a little nasty sometimes.
That's why I like using borax.
Yeah.
So even while it's still dirty, throw borax on top of it. It'll make a crust. Kind of keeps all that shit down until you scrape it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, mine set up something similar to that. Probably the only difference is where mine's at. It's enclosed. The two sides that come together in the corner are actually enclosed with plastic as well.
That's a good idea. I thought about that.
So there's no way,
one.
even if there was a breeze, there's no way that it could blow it back in on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have
Plus
one in my garage.
plus during the, it faces the north, so plus during the, one side, I guess, so you could say faces north. So the other purpose for that was I could fire up my kerosene heater out there if it was, because most of my casting I do in the wintertime. I don't do it around here in the 100-degree heat. And so I can fire up the kerosene heater, and it's got that plastic enclosing everything, so it's a little bit warmer out there than it would be otherwise.
Yeah, I do all my casting in the winter. In Arizona, it's suicide to go out there and try to cast. So.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna. Dude. I've got three or four 4-gallon. No, not 4-gallon. Maybe they're 3-gallon buckets. I think. Got 3 or 4 3-gallon buckets of range scrap. Now I've got to try to do eventually when it starts cooling off.
Now for range scrap, I use a Dutch oven and an old Coleman stove. Put the Dutch oven on the Coleman stove and fire the thing up and just fill it full. It'll hold like 75 pounds of lead.
Right. Yeah, that's basically what I use. Coleman stove and or stoves, I should say, and cast iron pots and muffin tins.
Yeah, I've seen people use those to make just like lead ingots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I think the muffin tins I think they come out right at about 2 pounds if you pour them right.
Yeah, about 2 to 2.5 pounds is perfect for the lead, like 20-pound pot. They just fit down in there so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Yep.
Cool. So, what else?
Well, are you ready to get rid of everybody already?
No, I'm not ready to get rid of everybody. I'm just trying to think of where we take the topic from here.
You going to go debate Yankee tonight over the tactical stuff?
No, Yankee can suck a big fat one. He probably does anyways, but again, I swear to God, the Catholic thing was uncalled for. You can't just say, "Hey, all Catholics are bad." Blanket statement just because there's a couple corrupt individuals ruining it for the whole religion. I'm sorry.
Yankee can't because he wants to start drama. So
I'm sorry, but Yankee can go choke himself to death. And Matt pissed me off too.
When did this happen?
Last night. Probably a good thing that I wasn't able to get in the chat. Otherwise, I would have told them both to go fuck themselves with the sharpest stick they could find.
Well, tell us how you really feel.
Is someone Catholic?
Tell you how I really feel? Well, I really feel that Yankee should go jump off a cliff.
Okay.
Or take a long walk off a short pier.
That doesn't sound very Catholic of you, but all right.
No, it doesn't, but I'm pretty angry.
That's okay. He'll just confess about it next weekend.
Right.
Yeah, I'll just say 3 Hail Marys. I'll be fine.
3? Really?
That's usually how it goes.
3 Hail Marys ain't nothing.
That's the
Oh
point.
boy, does that remind me of some bad Catholic jokes. I'll keep myself up.
That's the point. It's like, words are one thing, but when you actually do actions, that's something entirely different. And depending on what you did, yeah, you may not be able to get out of that. So, but again, I'm just spouting words because words are all I can spout.
No, you're just spouting words because you like to run your head. Be honest.
I don't. I really don't.
Well, let me ask you this, Night Strike, and I can get away with this because I too was raised Catholic.
Okay.
You familiar with what a C&E Catholic is?
Christmas and Easter only.
There you go. When's the last time you've been to Mass?
Ah,
Too long. Too long.
Christmas, I think it was.
That's like asking partner, when was the last time you had a big steaming bowl of Wolf Brand chili?
But Gary, now that's called a CEO. Christmas and Easter only. You don't just say C&E. You say a CEO because
I'm not saying I'm any better. I'm just not flying the Catholic flag right now because I'm just about as bad a Catholic as anybody is.
I mean, I was born Catholic. Yeah, when I was a little younger, we did change religions, and let's just put it this way:
you were born Catholic, really?
Okay, let me ask you this, Clover.
You were raised Catholic from birth. You weren't born Catholic. It's not like you were born white, right? Or you were born with a certain color hair.
Let me finish, God damn it, before you start throwing words down my throat, boy.
And don't spit them out, jackass. You spit them out, I'm going to cram them back down.
Now, I come from an Italian family, so I'm born Catholic by that right, okay?
Oh, not necessarily.
And if you believe that, you'll believe anything. Because most Italians are Catholic.
No, are they really?
Yeah. Hey.
Imagine that. Really?
Guess where the Vatican
are
is?
Mormons too, but
the Vatican's in Italy.
That's what I'm saying. Really? So really? I didn't know that, man.
Anyways, as I was saying, when I was younger, probably like 6 or 7, my parents decided to convert to another religion. I wasn't too keen on it, but again, I was a little kid. What did I know?
You know what? All I know is I had a sister-in-law. My wife's sister married a Catholic. I don't think they're, well, matter of fact, they go to a cowboy church. I know they're not practicing Catholic. No. But anyway, they were when they got, or he was when they got married. So she had to do the conversion or whatever the crap. I don't even know. Don't even want to get into it because I don't care. Religion's one of them things. That's your, if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it, but that's your deal. I'm not going to disparage it one way or the other. As long as your religion's not telling you to kill me, I'm good with it.
Well, you're not Muslim, so it's fine.
That's what I'm saying. Regardless, it could be the giant spoon in the sky that's telling you to kill somebody. I don't care, but yeah, I don't care who or what you worship. That's all cool. Some people worship money. Some people worship, false idols and everything. I don't really care. As long as you're not violent. Anyway, you done made this story way longer than it should have been. That's right. Thanks. So they're getting married, and it's at this Catholic church. Walked out the doors. I will never go to a Catholic church again. That there was more workout in a Catholic damn church than there was in a Roomba class or something.
You didn't like the kneeling.
Well, that ain't Roomba, it's Zumba, ain't it?
Stand up, sit down, kneel down.
Ding, ding, you got to get up and get down and get up and get down. And I'm like, holy crap. And they thought I was praying to God when I said it. And of course, they were amazed. But no, it was ridiculous, man. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me?"
That's how it is.
So, but I was raised in a Pentecostal church where they spoke tongues and danced around in the aisle, so that was crazy too.
Oh, so you're one of them.
No, I'm
Put
not
your
one
hands
of
up in
them.
the air so you could catch
No,
hold
no,
of
no, no,
the
no, 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 no. I'm not one of them either.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you were just raised there, but you know,
I
not
was
one of them.
raised. I wasn't born that way. Dude.
I was
not
raised in
born
a
that way.
Lutheran church, which means I think Night Strike's a criminal and Clover's a kook.
Oh, there we go.
Well, technically, you're the criminal in my eyes because the Lutherans broke away from the Catholics.
Well, yeah, we had to. He's stealing all our damn money.
Right? No, that was the Jews, I thought.
No, that was the Jews.
And we weren't allowed to get laid.
Wow, we're going down fast. I'm glad that this is listed on YouTube.
It's not unlisted. It's all good. YouTube will like it. We're trashing religion. YouTube will like it. They'll put it on. They'll put it on the trending page, even though it's unlisted.
But yeah, as I was saying earlier, let's put it this way: I know more about the Mormons than I know just as much about the Mormons as Dead Horse does.
Well, that's because you probably dated a lot of Mormons. You probably they like that sort of thing. So.
No, let's put it this way. Another way, I see the inside of their temples.
I don't know.
No, all right.
I don't know. There's not a religion. There's not a religion out there, or a sect, or a denomination, or anything that's got it right, regardless. So.
No, and none of us will know
That's
whether
where
we got it
that's
right or
where
not
I,
unless we're dead.
that's where I come down. I'm not saying that some don't. Some may have it fairly close, and some may have certain aspects, but nobody's got it right. Ain't nobody perfect.
No, have you heard that people are calling for the Pope to resign over this shit? That's
Popes don't resign, so screw them. First of all,
actually, that's not true. The last one did.
Well, yeah. Normally, that's not a common thing.
Benedict, yeah, he did. He retired. He didn't resign. He retired.
Retired, yeah.
He retired, but
He took early retirement.
He took
because they were going to prosecute him as a war criminal.
Same way as saying, impeaching the president or something. Don't
even get me started on that. Otherwise, we'll be here for another fucking hour.
It's just one of them things you can impeach all day long, but doesn't mean anything. Yeah, go ahead. They don't have to leave just because you impeached them. But I don't know. Like I said, I've got problems. I've got problems with every religion, so I'm an equal opportunity hater. So the best way to deal with that is just say, do what you want to do.
All right, so
I'm gonna go turn the stream off and quit now.
so you're saying I need to go for another hour?
Just because I'm butthurt and
I am totally you got me. I am totally butthurt. I want to run away and hide in a corner of my safe space. All right.
I want a 22 rifle, but I want to bitch about every 22 rifle out there.
No, I'll probably get a Plinkster.
We feel you.
Either a Plinkster or a Rossi 22.
Well, I don't know why you would get the Rossi claiming that you really like the Plinkster magazines, and the Plinkster is literally like maybe $10 more. Do you need me to send you $10, Nice Track?
It's about like buying a Dodge and putting Cadillac hubcaps on it. So.
Yeah. It's
No,
like
not Cadillac, Lincoln.
But you know what I'm saying.
Well, it's like buying the stock Mustang and putting GT emblems all over it. That's what it's like. It's like, what's the point of that? It's like, hey, I can buy this regular Mustang, and then it can take the same emblems as a GT. So then I just order the emblems from the GT and put on it. It's like, okay.
Just print your own Shelby sticker and stick on the back.
Right. There's people that do that crap.
I know it.
God, I got a buddy that, well, I won't say buddy. He was a neighbor for quite a few years. I'm not gonna say. I'll backtrack on the buddy thing. He had a Fox body Mustang. I don't know what year it was. But he had a Fox body Mustang, and oh man, it just sounded like crap. And he always bragged about how awesome it was, and of course it had all the GT stuff on it and everything else. And one day we were out there, popped the hood, and it had a 4-banger in it, man. I'm like, oh my God. And he still talked about how awesome it was. Some special 4-cylinder or something, and I'm like, okay, high output, something or another. Whatever, dude. You got any extra of that stuff you're smoking or drinking? I'd like to try it.
I need more of it. But no, I'll keep looking. Who knows? Maybe I'll come across a used 1022 or something.
Be surprised. You don't see a lot on Facebook. There was somebody on Facebook the other night that I thought, man, they're going to get banned, but they had a 1022 for like $150 or something. I'm like, wow.
That way, if I get a 1022, you won't complain as much.
Me?
Oh yeah, never mind. Forget I said.
I'm not a big 1022 guy. It's just, if you're talking about, you need to, versatility on stuff, then you really don't have another choice when it comes to 22s. There's just nothing. It's like the Ruger versus Browning debate with the pistol. There are companies that make things for the Browning. They don't make near as much, but they do. But man, people just don't make nothing for any other 22 out there. You just don't.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Well, you're going to make accessories. You want to make it for what's out there and what people buy. It's like Glock accessories. It's not because Glock's the best gun, but there's just more of them sold. If you're going to make a line of accessories, make them for Glocks, you'll sell more.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
I mean, people talk about people replacing Glock sights. Well, not anymore, and any other pistol maker replaces theirs, but they sell 10 to 1 for everybody else. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can get sights for Smith & Wesson, for Ruger.
Yep.
Ooh, a lower parts kit for $39.
Buy that.
Browning.
Not made in China.
Nice. I got a Browning Buckmark bag. My wife got it at Salvation Army for $2.
Sweet.
And I don't have a Browning Buckmark, so I could buy one to put in the bag, I guess.
There you go. I would use that excuse.
Real nice.
Sure.
Yeah, it's got a zip, it zips up, and it's got the imprint of the pistol and the foam, so you can put the gun in it and fold it back up. It's a nice little bag.
Man, you don't have to go all out with them. Even the cheap one they sell, they call the camper. And one of my competition pistols is that's what it's built off of. It was $300 or so new. Except for barrel length and the grips and the sights and the rail and those sorts of things. I say barrel length, barrel profile and length. As far as your fire control group and all of that stuff with the stuff that and the bolt and all of that, the stuff that really matters. um, it's all the same. So, matter of fact, the one I'm shooting, the barrel I chopped down to shoot Steel Challenge with, come off of a camper. Matter of fact, the 5.5-inch camper model, and I cut it down to 4-inch. Or maybe I cut it to 4.5-inch. I don't remember. Dang it.
My only problem with buying another 22 is that 9mm has basically replaced 22 for me. It's become my blanking round because it's so damn cheap to reload and cast for and everything. I have more 9mm than I do 22 anymore.
Yeah.
And I got, the Ruger, PC9 carbine and a whole bunch of SIG P320s and everything's in 9mm. So it's just grab those and go out and have a good time with it,
Yeah, but it depends on what you're doing too, because that holds true as long as you can get your brass, But then if you're doing something to where you don't have time, or you can't get your brass back, and you got to leave it laying, I'd rather leave 22 laying.
I always bring a 20 by 20 tarp with me, and I lay it down. Everybody shoots on the tarp, and then we just roll the tarp up.
Yeah. Well, like I said, again, it depends on where you're shooting and whatever. I go to a Steel Challenge match. I can't be out there trying to pick up my brass. You just can't do that. Not to mention, because I was looking at that, I was looking at moving into centerfire, maybe using my 17L or something, my Glock 17L or something. Man, I was looking at, the amount of rounds for practicing and the amount of rounds for the match, and I'm like, I could load them and everything. I could do that, but I would basically spend a day a week loading for the week. The week of the match. And I'm like, do I want to do that, or do I just want to grab a damn $17 box of 22 and be done with it?
Mossberg Blaze, $159.99.
Oh wow, I think that's a little cheaper than I've seen it a while ago. I've never seen those before.
Same price for the Plinkster.
Those are kind of neat the way the stock is there at the fore end. Kind of like that.
All right.
Rossi's $149.
Which one is?
What's that?
What are you looking? Where are you looking?
Academy.
Academy. Yeah, I don't have an Academy in my area.
Savage 64F, $119.99.
Wow, is it really?
Yeah.
Dude, there you go. Jesus. Wow. Wow, I can't believe a 64 is that cheap. That's a buy. Makes me want to go to Academy right now just to buy one.
And you got them down where you are.
Yeah.
Well, this, I don't think they carry in the store. I think you have to, it ships to the store. And I don't think they carry it. They carry it in store. You have to buy it online and then pick it up in 3 to 4 days. But hell, it'd be worth 3 to 4 day wait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good rifle. Very good rifle.
You sure as heck ain't out much money.
You're way better design, technology, track record, and everything else as opposed to a Mossberg or a Rossi, for sure. The only one that I might say would be better would be a Marlin. And even then, I don't know. I don't know that Model 60s. It's tough to beat that Model 60.
I got one of them sitting in my gun case right now. That's a nice rifle.
I bought Model 60s before. I kid you not, that you literally had to pick all the gunk and stuff out of it. You know, I mean, it's just jam packed with crud, and still be running. They're not the easiest to work on, depending on what if something breaks, because the odds of something breaking are pretty slim. You'd have to put thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds to them. But depending on what breaks, some of the stuff's a little bit of a pain in the butt to replace yourself. Got to be real careful, but mainly because stuff will go flying all over the place. It's like it's got like a trip wire. You take the like fire control, not the fire control group, but oh heck, I guess it's the receiver assembly. I guess is what it would be, that pulls in the round and feeds it and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And that sucker's like it's got a trip wire, man. If you don't take it apart just right, crap goes flying everywhere.
When I was a kid, I took one apart. Never did get that damn thing put back together.
Well, the frame is in pieces. It's not like a rectangular frame. It's two flat pieces with posts, and the post ain't even welded together. They go in little slots in the frame, and then they have springs on them, and it's kind of surprising they do run as well as I know they do, considering the way that it's designed, because it's not the best design in the world. That's not. So it's a wonder you don't see more feed problems with them. But even though it looks hokey, apparently it works.
Yeah, I have one of the world's simplest 22s too. I have an old Ivor Johnson open bolt 22 semi-automatic. Mm-hmm. There is nothing to that gun. There's 3 moving parts.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, if I could find the damn parts, I would just use the bolt action 22 I have, Stevens Model 83. The problem is I cannot find the barrel bushing, which the bolt that's on the stock screws into and holds the barrel in place on the stock. I can't find that one small part.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the H&R Sahara? You ever seen one of those? It's
I think so.
It's simple. It's simple too. It's a single shot, open bolt single shot, man. You just put your round in, and you push the bolt forward, you fire it, it kicks the bolt back, you put another round in, push the bolt forward, fire it, it kicks the bolt back.
Wasn't that also similar to the Huntsman?
It's literally got like 3 parts or something in it. I mean, it's just, there's nothing there. The Huntsman?
Yeah, the H&R Huntsman.
Probably. There was several of them. Let me look at the Huntsman. The Huntsman's a breakover. Huntsman's a breakover. This one I'm talking about. It's not a breakover.
Sure.
Yeah, I just looked up H&R Huntsman. It's a breakover. The Sahara's a bolt.
I learned to shoot 22 with a bolt action single shot, and well, you weren't going to get a second shot off right away, so you had to get pretty good at that first shot. So,
well, but a lot of the single shot rifles though are dead on accurate, man. You don't need a second shot. That's what I found, because I've got a bunch of single shot 22s, older ones. I'm talking about, 20s and 30s maybe, or something like that. and every one of them, I mean, accuracy wise, compared to the stuff like we're talking about, compared to the Plinksters and the even the 94s and the Rossies and the Rock Islands or whatever, those would just the rate of fire, obviously because it's a single shot, you don't have the rate of fire. But as far as accuracy, oh man, they just stomp those in the mud all day long, and you're talking about 100-year-old rifles, uh, just solid as can be.
Mine's pretty close to it. It's made in 35.
Yeah.
My most accurate 22 I have is another Hybrid Johnson. It's a 1932 Model X, and it's a takedown single shot bolt action 22. That thing is dead nuts accurate, but it's also weird because it has a 26-inch barrel that almost suppresses the round. Like, barely hear it go off.
Oh yeah, them long barrels are cool, especially if you shoot, subsonic, or lower velocity stuff in them. They've got, we've got two. We got two onshoots that belong to the club, and they've got long barrels on them, man. I don't know how long they are, but they're long. And it's that way. You shoot subs in them, and it almost sounds suppressed because the barrel's just so long.
The thing is, the stock I have for my Stevens Model 83, I don't even think that's the right stock for the rifle. It literally looks like somebody, put it together from spare parts. And they weren't all matching.
I bought a Remington rifle one time that was that way. And I didn't even notice until I bought it and got it home. And somebody did such a good job. But I noticed that the profile on I noticed it looked weird when I bought it. And then over the course of a few weeks of looking at it and stuff, I was like, that just doesn't look right. That just doesn't look right. And not that it didn't look good, it just didn't look right. And I don't know what model stock somebody used, but they took a stock off of something else. And 22s are bad, because they're just thrown around and beat around so much. Old 22s are bad to get cracked stocks anyway. I get that. And somebody just grabbed a stock apparently they had laying around, and inlet, put the receiver, put everything on it, and carved and what I'm saying, sanded and inletted everything and bolted it down and went with it.
Yeah, the closest stock I can get that will work with it is I'm gonna have to buy probably like a Stevens 53 stock, and that'll probably work with it.
I'll tell you, when you're looking at older stuff too, one thing to look at is, especially if you're out scouring eBay or something like that, right?
I'm doing that right now.
Is go and cross-reference those with your store brand models, like your Montgomery Ward stuff and the Sears stuff and the JCPenney stuff, because a lot of times people have stocks and they're not versed in all that, and they're like, oh well, I've got a Ted Williams, so and so model stock, and they got it up for sale, and there's like no bids on it or anything, because I mean, who needs a freaking stock for a whatever model Ted Williams, right? 100.46 model Ted Williams. But
look for Westerfield.
But that's the same stock that you need,
Except it's a Winchester stock. Chances are, because they're made by the same company.
Well, it should be a Westerfield, because the Savage, they made the 22s for Westerfield, which was Montgomery Ward's, and then Sears Roebuck, they made something for them too. So
this one is a J. Stevens Springfield, Model 83.
How old is it?
Old enough that it doesn't have a serial number on it.
Well, they didn't have to before a certain year, but a lot of them did anyway.
What model was it again?
It's a J. Stevens Springfield 83.
83.
I did a video on it a while back. I don't know if it's still up on YouTube, but
I'm looking.
doesn't have great markings on it. That's for damn sure.
That's going to be a Ranger 100.8. Who sold the Ranger? Was that Sears?
It might be, because I'm thinking I have one. I think I have one of those screens. Is it a pretty big 22? Or a 22?
Not really.
I've got like 6 or 7 old Sears Roebuck 22s.
Sears.
And I've got some large ones that are the size of 30-06s. And then I've got some smaller ones too. I have to look through and see what models I have.
Yeah, that it's Ranger is a Sears model from like the 30s. Yeah, 101.8 Ranger.
101.8.
Yeah. Yeah, they had weird numbers.
So 101.
101.8. 8 the number. 101.8 is the Stevens 83.
And it sounds damn familiar. I think I might have one. I'm going to have to go over to the wife's house and check the closet because they're still there. I never moved those out.
I've got so many of those like that. I couldn't even begin to tell you. Those are years ago anyway, back when I actually had money and was buying stuff. Those are sub $100, gun show guns.
Dude, this rifle I got for $50.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I've got a lot of those old 22s, and that's why and how I got them is, back when I actually had money, you'd go to a gun show, you'd leave with 12 guns, man. We got every one of them for well under $100 because nobody cared. It was just old. It's just old 22. I'm like
those old Westerfield shotguns. I buy those all the time for under $80.
Oh
They're
yeah,
Mossberg 500s.
Right. Yep. Roll stamp on them. That's the only difference.
Yep.
Back in the days when they could do stuff like that,
Well, I think I'm gonna call it.
All right. Well, if you must.
I think we pretty much talked about everything and solved the world's problems.
It's been about an hour and a half. Travis never came back, so shame on him.
Yeah, I'll yell at Travis later. I'll do the same thing to him on Caliber Corner on Saturday.
There you go. What's good for the goose? Cool.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know if we could talk about the goose and the gander because we got the gizzard Gary over here.
Yeah, the chicken already. Yeah, that's true.
We've got the chicken over there. We don't want to get him excited by talking about
If he gets his butt out of bed early enough to be on Caliber Corner, which he did last week.
Oh, me or?
No, me.
Oh, you.
Man, when you're up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, it's kind of tough to get up for an 8 o'clock chat on your day off. You have to really like Travis a whole lot, which I do like Travis.
You really like Travis a whole lot. Yeah.
He sent me an email several months ago asking if I'd be kind enough to be a panelist on there. I said, well, whenever I can make it, I'll make it. And he has shot me a link every week since. He's good enough to do that. I figure I'd be good enough to get in there when I can. So.
Well, I shoot you a link every chance I get for hit or miss, whether you show up or not. It's your deal. But I invite you.
Well, now that I'm working the hours I am, it's not hard. Back when I didn't get off till 7 o'clock, it was kind of tough.
Well, I'm still giving you the links because you know what? I'm that kind of guy.
Tuesday night, I really don't have much unless I'm asleep. Now, that does happen. I work a hard job I put in a hard 10 hours a day behind that computer.
Right. I know you slave over a hot computer. I understand.
That ain't exactly young like you whippersnapper are.
Yeah, you're older. You're even older than Clover.
I'm quite a bit older than Clover. I'm way older. I'm old enough to be your daddy.
Who's your daddy?
Gary, you are old enough to be my dad. Just by a little bit.
I'm 23 years older than you are.
Yeah, you are old enough. But let's put this as how old's your daughter?
Lord.
What?
How old's your daughter?
30.
Okay. And your son?
33.
Yeah. I'm 35.
He's just a baby.
Yeah.
Poor little night strike.
Yes. But anyways.
Yeah. 35 going on like 108.
Just because I like to go to bed early sometimes does not mean I'm old, all right?
Yeah,
One of these days you're going to be facing the, you're going to be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and you're going to wonder, what did I do with all that time, man?
I'm already feeling that already, so.
Oh, you ain't old yet.
No.
I've got gray hair growing in my beard.
I'm 58 years old. I still hang around with a bunch of young people watching YouTube videos and making my own when I can.
Right.
Well,
Tell him, Gary. Tell him.
Gary, you're just trying to stay young.
I don't feel as old. Well, sometimes I do, but my outlook on things and stuff like that, I like being active in the community and being with you guys. I mean,
Yeah.
I could sit and do my crossword puzzles, take my Geritol, and just lean back and rocking chair all night. But I got things I want to do.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And I'm doing exactly what I want to do right now, which that pleases me to no end.
Well, that's all you can do.
Of course, I ain't got no wife telling me what to do. That helps too. Of course, you don't either.
I don't have a wife, and it's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
That's subjective.
She might straighten you out.
Right.
Yeah, but let's be honest. How many women you know will put up with my shit?
As you look at Clover, now Clover is probably a wild young boy in his day before he met the missus. And
Well, my wife was not the most tame, so we were kind of wild together. So that's how that worked. I hate to say it, but that's kind of how that all worked out. No, I got a good one, so I don't have to. Yeah. I mean, I feel sorry for people. I mean, I hear, be standing at the gun counter, looking at stuff, and poor old dude down there is looking at a rifle or a pistol, and he's like, man, I'd really like to have this, my old lady would kill me. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, sir, I really don't. Wrap it up. I'll take it to go. My wife, she don't care.
My wife talks me into buying guns.
My wife does not care. My wife come to terms after about the, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't remember a time that she cared. I'm sure she probably did, but I don't remember a time that she cared. So let me back up and say that. But at some point, she realized that if I die, those go on the auction block, right? It's money in her pocket. So she's like, keep buying them, Jack. I don't care. You just put money in my savings account.
Yeah, I think that's how my wife is. I stopped taking her to gun stores.
See,
She'd be like, I'd say, oh, that's nice. She'd go, oh, get it. No.
And then she finds out you put them all into a trust before you die.
My wife is that's when we go out, and it don't matter what it is. My wife is get it. That's her words exactly. And it don't matter. We could be it can be some stupid as seen on TV crap at Walmart, and I just walk over to it because it's interesting. And she's like, get it, get it. I'm like, I don't want it. It's a stupid piece of crap,
Right.
It's like, but she's encouraging. Yeah. So that, I don't know, that in and of itself may be a drawback. I don't know.
Well, at least you have a wife like that.
I drive my daughter nuts every time we go. Every time we go to Walmart or any place where there's any hint of guns, well, I may not buy any, but I gotta go look over what they got back there.
Right?
Oh, heck yeah. Heck.
Right?
She said, well, did you buy any guns? I said, no. I said, but I looked them all over real well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if anybody ever asks me where they can get something, I can tell them whether or not Walmart has it. That's for sure.
I mean,
I'm that way with the ammo and the guns at the closest Walmart to here. If there's anything you want, I can pretty much tell you if you can go to that Walmart and get it.
And
when I go to Walmart,
flashlights.
I always go over to the gun counter to see what kind of what ammo they got in stock and to see what they have as far as guns. Most of the stuff are a little overpriced these days for what they're trying to sell, but they still have guns, so I do still look.
They had a Mini 14 in Walmart over here a few days ago.
Yeah, it was on sale for like what, $3.98?
I was surprised to see that. I was like, huh, that's interesting.
They had one of them Hatfield shotguns I almost picked up last week, too.
Breakover or the pump?
Yeah, the breakover, the $99 one or whatever.
Yeah.
Were you going to do a video and just taunt Ellis with it?
Those are cool, but the trigger on those is so horrible. God, it's ridiculous.
I have to channel a West Virginian troll, but they're made in Turkey.
Okay, so made in Turkey, so they make good stuff. As far as shotguns go, man, get on and seriously look at all the shotguns made in Turkey. It'll blow your mind.
Oh, I know. I've seen them.
It'll blow your mind.
Like electronics made in China. Good luck finding electronics that aren't made in China.
I looked back when I bought the Yildiz that I've got, because I think I had seen it, and then I think I went back the next day and bought it. That was the weekend I bought like 12 guns at Academy in one weekend. But they had a good sale. I couldn't help it. But anyway, I'd come home and I looked it up, and at the time I was looking at like over and under shotguns, and it was nothing. There was no over and unders made in the U.S. Nothing. I mean, made in Finland, made in Germany, made in Turkey, whatever, but there was nothing. And I'm like, I wonder if people realize this. All their Mossbergs and Weatherbys, obviously Beretta and Benelli and stuff like that's not. But, you talk about the Weatherbys and the Mossbergs and Remingtons and, all of that stuff. Remingtons are made in Russia. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So if you want to over and under, what are you going to do? You can't buy American. You don't have a choice. So at that point, who cares?
Yep.
Not unless you go into a gun shop and find a good used one, which they do have.
Yeah, but an over and under.
They want an arm and a leg.
Quit making the red label.
You're gonna pay out the butt for you're gonna pay out the butt for an older model one, probably.
Oh, I know.
All right, I'm killing it.
The red label? Yeah, kill it.